If you run an online business in 2025 and you aren't using the AMP method, you are literally missing out on making over $50,000 a month consistently. Now I'm going to break down what AMP is and how you can implement it into your business in literally just 2 steps, as you can see right here. So first, I'll show you how to create converting content with the AMP model that not only gets you views, but most importantly, you get conversions. So you're making money through your content. And AMP stands for attract, message, and profit. So I teach you how to attract the right audience, how to message to that audience, and how to profit off of that audience. Then I'll move into automation and show you how to handle inbound leads and with different flows and stuff like that using ManyChat and how to message certain people and turn those conversations into clients and thousands of dollars worth of deals. Also, if you stick around to the end, I'll show you the exact ManyChat automation that made one of my clients from his CTA store over $10,000. Now I've helped clients scale to $50K a month, as you can see over here consistently, like I showed you. And I've also helped my clients, for example, make $100,000 in a month, as you can see over here in July, $273,000 from another client from January to August, and it was all because of the systems we implemented for them. And not only did we generate those clients lots of money and generate them millions of views, but we also fixed the back-end issues that was costing them 30% of their leads that they literally had no clue about. So if you're a coach who's just stuck right now, you don't have the right systems in place, click the link below to book a call with me so I can audit your brand, see where you're at, and see if I can help, because that's what I do. I take over the back-end system for people selling stuff through their personal brand. With that being said, let's get right into this video. So the first part of AMP is I'm going to teach you content, right? How to create converting content. So I'm just going to break down the structure of videos. Now, right before I get into all this good stuff right here, I want to talk about your niche, right? So you have your niche, and these are people who you are speaking to, right? So who's your audience? Are you speaking to service providers? Are you speaking to personal trainers or whoever it may be, right? And once you pick that certain audience, let's say you want to do gym content, which is amazing. Don't mind my spelling, crazy spelling over here. You want to do gym content, that's great, but who do you want to do gym content for? Do you want to do gym content for people who are focused on growing their legs? Or do you want to do gym content for people who are focused on growing their arms, right? And then that's called a sub niche. So you have your main niche, and then you have your sub niche, which is even deeper, and that's why people follow you for that specific type of content. And remember, the deeper down the rabbit hole you go, the more people you're actually going to attract, because if you chase too rabbits, you'll end up catching none. And that's definitely a huge mistake that people trying to sell something through their personal brand make, is they try to make content for everybody, but when they do that, they're actually speaking to nobody. So now once you figure out who you're going to be speaking to in your videos, we're going to head over to the structure of your videos. So we have our hook, our build up, our body, and our call to action. Now, let's start with the hook, right? So this is, everybody thinks the hook is the most glorious part and the most important part of your content, but it's actually not. It's the buildup, but I'll get into that in a little bit. So your hook has 7 different types of formats, right? You have a problem hook, you have a question hook, you have a desire hook, you have a topic hook, you have a trend hook, you have a fact hook, and you have a belief hook, right? So problem hook would be an example like, being stuck at 30K a month as a coach sucks, but if you want to get past it, watch this video. That's an example of a problem hook, right? The person is stuck at 30K a month, they don't know how to get out of it, so they want to watch the video to figure out how they're going to get out of it. You make them curious. And then we have a question hook, which could be something like, are you tired of only making 10 to 30K a month as a coach? And then we have a desire hook. Do you want that watch and that penthouse, but you just don't know how to get it? And then a topic hook would be like, this is how you're going to use AI to make millions of dollars in 2025. A trend hook would be like, this dance is going viral and here's exactly how you could use it to make millions of dollars for your business. And then you have a fact hook, which is did you know that AI is replacing 80% of jobs within the next 10 years? And then you have a belief hook, which is, everyone tells you that you need ads to grow a 6-figure a month business, but the truth is you don't. That's a belief hook. So you're basically shattering someone's belief. And the belief hook can also be a question hook at the same time. And the truth is, any of these could. Now, any of these hooks are great as long as you just use one of them. It really does not matter. Test what works best for your brand. See what does best. And then right after that, we're going to do our build-up. So the build-up is the most important part of our video. And the reason for that is because when you're watching Reels on your phone, you don't just scroll right after the hook. You listen a little bit longer for those next 3 to 8 seconds to see what the video is going to be about. And the build-up is where you basically have a chance. So let's say you once, but you really want to them, you're going to them 8 different times, right? So this is the same concept. So you basically, somebody, you gave them a strong hook, and then you're building up on it and saying like, let's say we did a question hook. You're going to be like, are you tired of only making 10K a month as a coach? And then you're like, I get it. My client John was the same. He was doing $10,000 a month. I get it. My client John was the same. He was doing blank and blank until this happened. So he was running a coaching business making 10K a month until this happened. And they're like, holy crap, I want to figure out what this dude is talking about. I need to get past 10K a month. I need to feed my kids. I need to pay my bills. So you're targeting these people. You already stabbed them once because they're tired of making 10K a month and they know it. And then you're like, you showed an example of somebody else who got past it and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to figure out what this person implemented to get past that 10K month that I've been stuck at for the past few months or whenever it may be. So that's an example of a build-up for the question hook, and you use build-ups on every single type of hook. Build-ups are the most important part of your video. Now, right after your build-up, you have the body hook. This is super easy, right? Just the solution to the hook. It's where you give them that solution to getting past 10K a month that you gave your client John over here. And then you have your call to action, which is also super simple. It could be follow for more, or it could be something even deeper like comment 10K for my free guide on getting past $10,000 a month as a coach that dives deeper into what I talked about. That's an example of a call to action. And I recommend doing call to actions, I would say 3 to 4 times a week in your content. But if you're completely new to personal branding, you have under 1,000 followers, do not do CTAs because that will be horrible for your brand and that is going to destroy your brand. So go a month with just giving free value, no call to actions, and just helping people understand that you can give value, what you've done and what you've done for your clients. And after a month, you're going to have that online presence, you're going to have that brand, and then you can start asking people to comment certain things and they'll trust you by then, they'll like you by then, and they'll be able to relate with you. So once you master all this is amazing. You mastered your content, but the truth is now you have these leads coming in and you don't know how to handle them. You have all these automations being set, or you have all these comments being made, but you're just losing leads in the process. And this is where most of my clients had their bottleneck, was when it came to automations and the flow system. So this is for inbound, meaning leads that come to you, leads that comment on your posts, leads that follow you, leads that reply to your story, whatever it may be. Before I get into the $10,000 automation, I'm gonna show you another automation here that's also made several $1,000s for my clients. So it's gonna be a comment on a post or reel, right? This was the story when I circled the wrong one. Okay. So user comments on your post or reel, and we're setting these automations with ManyChat, right? So for those of you familiar with ManyChat, you're gonna understand what I'm saying and how to pick these certain fields, if you wanna call it that. So user comments on our post or our reel, then they get sent a message. So it says, hey, first name, it's whatever your name is. So I'm gonna pretend I'm the person. So, hey, first name, it's Jack. Here's my video you commented for. They're gonna click send it over. And then you're probably wondering, like, what is this condition over here? So if somebody has already been through this whole entire automation, they're going to get marked with email newsletter and this one, which I'll get into later because it doesn't matter right now, but they're going to get marked with email newsletter. So if they have been through this automation and gotten this message before right over here, it's not going to send them that again. And this is super crucial so people aren't getting spammed, and you want to make the process as humanly as possible, because otherwise people are going to know you're automating things and it's not going to be as genuine and as authentic. So make sure you condition this and set a field where it doesn't send the message to the person if they're tagged with whatever the automation is, the email newsletter in this case. But if they haven't gone through this automation yet, they aren't going to be tagged with anything. So it's going to send them this message that'll say, right before I send it to you, just drop your email down below. We get their email, and then you set a Zapier automation integration to add them to your, let's say, ConvertKit, MailChimp, whatever you use. I'll dive deeper into that in another video. It doesn't matter right now. And then let's say they don't answer within a couple seconds or a couple minutes. It'll say like, hey, you there? Whatever their name is. And then after that, goes to this message, waits 3 seconds, and then it says, click below to get it. P.S. I'm deleting it soon. So you add a little bit of urgency, right? And then it's going to give them the freebie, which is a free guide, whether it's a VSL, a video, a Google Doc, whatever it is. They're going to get whatever they commented for. And then another condition over here. So if they've been through, this part is not related. So if they've been through this over here, they're going to get marked with lead magnet / book call. So that it won't send them any more messages. It'll just stop there, mark the convo as open. But if they haven't been through this automation and been marked as lead magnet book call, they're going to get sent this next message after 3 seconds, right? Because we don't want to put everything all at once in their face because they're not going to be able to process it. So give them time to process, wait 5 seconds and be like, by the way, I help blank get past 30K a month in collections within 90 to 120 days and realize their worth. Take a look at some of the people I've been able to help below. And then it's a Google document leading to a bunch of testimonials and case studies. I recommend you do the same, whether it's a website, it's on Notes, it's on Google Docs, it's on a Word doc. Just send people to a website where they can see all your testimonials, case studies to give that social proof. And then after that, it sends them a message asking them to book a call, right? Basically to audit your brand or whatever you're selling. If you're selling coaching, audit your practice, whatever it may be. And then they book a call. Now, one key thing that you're going to notice in these automations is that we don't pitch them right off the bat. We focus on giving them what they asked for, the free value. Then we focus on learning more about them and where they're at. And then if they're interested, they can book a call. But right off the bat, we're not like, book a call so you can get my freebie that you commented for, right? Give them what they want. be slow, build that relationship with them, and then ask them to get on a call, stuff like that, as you can see we did over here, because a lot of people just pitch right off the bat, and that's why they don't get any results. This is the part that you've been waiting for, the $10,000 automation. So basically, we did a call to action story for my clients. So user replies to your story, same thing. Hey, first name is Jack. I know you want my free training video below. Click below to get it. Get it now. They open it over here, right? They get it. Now, wait 7 minutes, same condition. If they've been through this automation and they have been marked as test 1 automation, they aren't going to be sent these messages after that. It'll just mark the convo as open. But if they haven't gone through the automation, it'll say, hey, first name, I wanted to reach out to you personally. Would you be against it if I check how your practice is doing, give you a couple suggestions to help you achieve your goals? Like I said, we're literally not pitching off the bat. This is getting to know the person deeper, see if they're even a good fit for what I offered for the coaching, whether you run an agency, a coaching business, whatever you're selling through your personal brand. And people feel disarmed because they're used to people being like, buy my course here or book a call with me right away. You know what I mean? We're giving them the free value, then we're following up, asking to learn more about them, see where they're at, see if they're a good fit, and see if we can even help them, and then it marks them as test 1 automation. So those are the automations and flows I use for my clients. We have several other ones we use I'll break down in other videos for you, but this is just the surface level things that are going to help you, the automations, how to properly do your content, choose your niche, and stuff like that. And if you master these things and you take notes from this video, I guarantee you'll start making $50,000 a month consistently. Now, if you're somebody selling something through your personal brand, like I said earlier, and you just want somebody to go in there and handle the systems for you and put everything in place, and you don't want to be missing out on 30% of your leads or more like my clients were, click the link below, book a call with me. I'm going to audit your brand, see where you're at, see what you're running your business, see if I can help. And if I can, I'm going to get inside your business. I'm going to fix your systems and put everything together so everything runs smoothly and we can scale you to $50,000 a month consistently. But that being said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.